Everybody, it is WinXP Kid here, and sorry about the cars, but today we're going to be reviewing this Chinese B3 B2 air rifle. This is a break barrel, and I have done a little bit of fixing on the rear here just to get a seal on it. But today we'll be target shooting it, as you see from the target over there, at around 30 feet. And then we'll be chronographing it with my aceTech, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's aceTech chronograph. And we'll be shooting 4 standard soda cans. So, yeah, let's do this. And we're going to be shooting some different types of ammo. We're going to be shooting our classic Crosman Premier destroyers. Then our Crosman Premier pointed. And then some Daisy flat nose pellets. These are all the 17 caliber round types of pellets that I have. And we'll be using some of this O-ring oil if we want to do some dieseling. Just to see what we can get out of it if we diesel it. This is a 495 feet per second max gun, as it says on the box. But we'll really test that out. We'll be using our flat nose from Daisy to do the target shooting. And then we'll be using some Crosman Pyramid pointed for the penetration and the feet per second testing. Right now we're going to use the Daisy flat noses. The Crosman pellets are 7.4 grains, while the Daisy ones, I think these ones are 7.3, 7.3, 7.6, 7.5. I don't know. No real place says the exact weight of these pellets, but I have the iron sights set on bar 2 and 3, which is said to be this distance. One person just came here. I don't know what. Okay. Let's take 3 shots. And then we're going to bring them up. Seems like they're doing a pretty good group. Let's go and check them out and see how we're doing. Sorry about the wind. So, pretty windy day today. So, this is our grouping. We got a flyer, and then we got 2 pretty good groups. This is 3 shots, and I was aiming in the middle. I have to probably fix these sights. So, let's go on with our chronograph test. It's it's actually the first day of pretty much there actually being heat outside. That's why all the snow is melting. Let's chronograph this gun a little. I'm gonna guess about an average of 450. This is with the Daisy pellets. Still, they're the cheapest pellets I could buy. I will put prices around the end of the video. Yeah, that was mostly... This does kind of have a dieseling effect to it. Won't be able to show the chronograph here because it's in a very bad position. And the camera one. I don't have my camera stand with me right now, so can't use that. We got a 477, pretty good feet per second. That's our second shot through the chronograph. It's just the first one didn't read. This aceTech on Amazon costed me about $110, so it's pretty good, and it reads good. Misread again. It's because it's got that like dieseling effect, and it just messes up the cronies reading. Okay, misread again. So we got one count of 477 feet per second. There is another one, 489. So this thing's pretty up there. It's pretty up where it says. It's probably because of the O-ring modification that I did on it. And 476. Let's see our average. Our average is going to be, well, why did this just read so many numbers? Okay, let me just restart this. It just read different. I think our average would probably be around 470, 479. I think it would be. Let me just take another shot to make sure. Yeah, 492. So yeah, we're really up there. That's a good sign. Okay. So let's just show you the cans. These are the cans that we're going to be shooting at. These are all filled with water to the brim. You want to see too? They're all full of water. Let's get my stand up here. This my camera's probably going to get soaked from this, but we're going to be using the Crosman Premier destroyers, which are meant for hunting of what I've tested. And look how shiny these are. These are so nice. These pellets will cost you at my Canadian Tire. I live in Canada, so everything here is Canadian money. Gun, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say this. The gun's price was $34, so anybody can buy this thing. That's how cheap it was. I bought mine at my Princess Auto, my local Princess Auto. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Okay, pretty good. That was a pretty good shot. So let's see how we did. This is the Crosman Premier Destroyers, 7.4 grain. And these pellets, so this is our first can. Tore it apart. I will have the specs around the end of the video. I will say the specs. Second can, barrel. So the destroyer really did expand, and it seemed like it didn't go through the second can. So it's probably in here, but we're gonna take a shot with our pointed. Let me just show you again that can. Entry, exit. And this is not a advertisement for 7-Up. It's just I had a lot of these old ones laying around. So we're gonna line these cans up again. We're gonna put our camera down. Just fix it. Is it focusing? There we go, focus. Nicely. Okay. Now, we're about to use the Crosman Premier Pointed, which are set on the packaging the same weight as the destroyers. Focus. There we go. And let's see how well we do with this one. So this is a very inexpensive brake barrel. Probably the only reason that it's inexpensive, this cheap, is probably because it is $34. Okay, can test, pointed pellets. 3, 2, 1. Knocked them all out. This is the first can. This is our second can. And I'm gonna get our third one right now. So, third one. So these are the cans. This is gonna be our. I think that was our middle one, and this was our first one. So let's see how they do. So this is the differences of the destroyer hunting pellet and the pointed pellet, the standard pointed pellet. So this is your entry. This is your first can entry from that last one that we saw from that one. This is our exit. So it's still having a fairly good amount of speed. This is Canadian legal, just saying. So you can buy this even if you don't have a firearms license in Canada. I think this is our entry from the second can, and this is our exit. This can is fully empty, not because of it. Actually, yeah, that was because it fell. And this is our entry from the second can, the third can, and this is our exit. You have to notice these two cans were not touched. So these were full of water. And, yep, entry, exit. Pretty good for power. Now, for fun, we're gonna get the ones that still have water in them. And we're gonna shoot them with a flat nose from Daisy. The flat noses are said to be heavier, so let's see if that's true. Just focus my camera. There we go. Daisy flat nose. Flat nose pellets are only recommended for target shooting and not for hunting, but they do disperse all of their energy very nicely. And we're gonna look at if we can find that destroyer pellet from the Crosman, the first shot. Okay, flat nose Daisy pellets. Let's see how well she'll do. Okay, that was a high shot. Too high of a shot. Let's take another shot just to... This video's starting to get too long, so I'm gonna hurry up a little bit. Okay, now I'm about 10 feet back. That last can went flying. I'll show you where it landed. So, first can. This is my miss. I missed it. That's when I missed the water. This is when I hit the water, so you can see it tore it apart a little. The rear did a pretty good amount of damage. I wouldn't say it did more than, like, this is the flat nose without water, and this is it with water. This is the pointed pellet, and you can see the difference. So yeah, this is the can that was full of water, and it just flew in the air. And let's see what actually happened to this can. So this was our missed shot from that can over there, and I'm guessing this is going to be our hit. Oh no, sorry, this is going to be our hit from that can. So it made a pretty much a clean circle, and it went through like that. So that flat nose really didn't care about the water. Now, did I find any pellets? There's no pellets in here, in this can. Oh, I hear something in there. Ah, there's the destroyer. See how she expanded? Pretty good. I'm gonna take a picture of this and put it in the video. But that was great. Penetration and power. Okay. So, for a last recording, we're going to shoot through the chronograph each different type of pellet that I have here. Let me just bring them to show you. So I have the Daisy flat nose, 500 count, Premier 500 pointed pellet, and then we've got the destroyers, 250 pack. Let's take a shot through the chrony and see how we do. I'm gonna put you there. Ooh. Okay. First shot. This is gonna be the first shot with our flat nose pellets. I'm gonna have to clean up. Okay, flat nose pellets. This is Daisy flat nose through the chronograph. Let's see what we got. We got first shot, 468 with the flat nose. Now let's try the Crosman Premier Pointed and the Crosman Premier Destroyers. The Destroyers are much more higher quality lead than all of the other ones. So this is the, okay, so yeah, this is going to be the Crosman Premier Pointed out of the brake barrel. This is a Springer and not a nitro piston for anybody that's curious. So yeah, I will already say that the flat nose from Daisy's are much heavier than these other ones. Oh my god, it's so much wind. So much wind out here. It's 471 feet per second with the Crosman Premier Point at 7.4 grains. Now let's try the Crosman Premier Destroyers. Oh yeah, this gun has a fully rifled barrel. So, Crosman Destroyers 470. Okay, spec review now. This can be our spec review. So, this is the brake barrel. It's pretty okay. It's 3 1/4, 3.5 pounds. It doesn't really have a trigger pull. It's like an on and off switch, pretty much. I do recommend fitting a little bit of the screw, the main barrel screw here, like putting thread, like a Teflon tape or some sort of O-ring or washer, safety washer, to keep that barrel from not wiggling, so you can get that accuracy and that performance that you want. I have kind of modified the main gas seal from the gas tube to the barrel, and I've cleaned it and maintained it. By the looks, the dieseling effect, which this does pretty much by itself, do some sort of dieseling effect. It's pretty standard, really. Feet per second rating. The Daisy flat noses, we got about flat nose pellets. We got about 460 feet per second, which is good for target practice and fun, like shooting hands and stuff. As we saw from the target over there, it wasn't the best couple of shots that I've ever done, but it wasn't a standing up in wind, and it could probably be the wind that it affected my accuracy. But I can already say that for a 34 with tax, $34 airgun from Princess Auto in Canada, well, is great. It's a great buy. I would buy it. This is okay for pest control. It does put out around 4 foot-pounds max, which is okay for maybe a bird or maybe a chipmunk or a squirrel if you're hunting or anything, like small game hunting. I don't recommend it for anything like a rat or a rabbit or anything that some sort. If you're doing that, or if you have a small game license, just get a proper 22 caliber air rifle, or just get a real firearm if you're going to do something like that. Not the pest control part, but hunting. This is a 17 caliber pellet gun. I've owned it for about a year now, and it's always worked. It's never jammed for me. It never did something weird. It never broke down. It always shot. It's reliable. Let's get some feet per second readings. Daisies, 460 feet per second. Crosman Destroyers, around 70, 471. 477, 471. And the pointies, which are actually pretty surprising for me. They did a 492, which really, really tells me that this thing does great to reach those feet per second scales. But these are the lightest lead pellets I could buy right now. And these are my most standard, too. The destroyers are mostly meant for hunting and pest control. The pointed are meant mostly for, as said, target shooting. And the same thing goes with the flat nose. Prices. Everything you see here, I paid for. The gun. The gun will cost you about $34. It's good for, say, if you want to teach a child how to use a gun in aiming and stuff like that. It's cheap and it's reliable. There's the bottom for you. Wearing flip-flops and I'm already soaked. Yeah, I've done some maintenance into it. Oh my god, the wind. This is my chronograph. I'm just gonna stop talking every time wind comes in. Jesus. It's a windy day, huh? Okay, this is my aceTech chronograph. Cost me about $120, $110 on Amazon. And it's working still. Even it being through a rainstorm because I left it outside in the rain. And it still reads good because I have some guns that I have tuned to that feet per second reading and only that. So it's a great chronograph. It has lasted all my abuse from it right now. But that's it. Let's get into the pellets, the prices. At my Canadian Tire, this pellet will cost you, the Premier Pointed will cost you around for me, I got them for $12 to $13, which is for 500 count. Let me get it close up. 500 count. The destroyers cost me about $8 in total, or $7.94, $7.99. And they're reliable, they're easy to use, and they are actually really accurate to some smoothbore air guns out there. Like a 760 Pump Master, which I own, and I made a video on. And I will make another video about that gun because I tuned it, so it actually shoots at the 500 feet per second rating. And these pellets will cost you, yeah, as I said, $8. The flat noses is a really good deal though. These will cost you about $6. So they're really, really good for fun and target shooting and for just a day outside. So really, this gun is cheap and it isn't the best gun out there. But if you just want something that you can have in your room, or want something that you can have a little bit of fun with when you're bored, this thing just does great. And this is a good beginner's gun too. It is a little bit hard to do the break action, though it doesn't shoot BBs. That's probably another reason, because BBs are you can get them in greater packages. Like you can get 6,000, 1,500 BBs, but only for a couple of dollars, like $6 to $10. So yeah, this isn't my first to go gun. This would probably be a good gun for, like, say, a teenager or a kid that just wants to learn about air guns. And from the target shooting, I could probably do much better with it. So in conclusion, this is it. I talked about all the specs. I shot every type of 17 caliber ammunition I have. And that's it. Thank you for watching the video. It would be very nice if you could subscribe and like this video if you liked it. And if you didn't like it, just dislike. It's there. Have a good day. Bye.